Hey, welcome to the Kickback. I'm Danny Hauger. The first 12 minutes will be pinball here, and we'll just talk about what's going on in my music and in my gaming life, and then we'll get to an original performance at the end. I am a broadcaster for the past 15, 20 years, started in radio in Stockton, if you don't know who I am. And if you're just stopping in to see some pinball action, that's really cool too. Today we're going to be checking out the Twilight Zone first. Action is in play, and this is my very first run-through of the game. Twilight Zone and I, as a radio TV film major, I went way too long without watching the show and then was made familiar of the original series by my teachers at Cal State Fullerton and came to see what a masterpiece those scripts were, those stories, Rod as a host of the show. So I was pretty interested when AtGames announced this 4KP release, and I really like the steadiness of new releases that are coming out. It finally makes you feel like you've got a state-of-the-art machine. State-of-the-art machine that is just with cutting-edge games and graphics that are coming out on a regular basis. Makes you feel like you own something that's a party, that's a piece of the puzzle, a piece of the pie, somewhere you want to be. And I was really cool and interested when I saw that this was coming out. Thought it was great. And here I am just losing at Williams Pinball. I love the tables because I know that they're based on real machines like the Addams Family, and I really like the pop-up graphics and displays and the high scoring when you can keep the ball in play. But it just kind of shows I'm still an amateur pinball player. The cool thing about the Twilight Zone is that even though these games were short, and they were short, you'll see how fast I drain some of the balls here, is that they keep me intrigued and wanting to come back, which I think is really neat because there's always more to explore when you're having short runs. I figured I would do about an 8-minute game, and I lost the first game in about 2.5 minutes. And you'll see as I go into the second game, I barely got to 5 minutes of total playtime. Versus if you look at some of the games that came stock with the AtGames 4KP, like Pool Champions or Strike Deluxe, I could have a 12, 15-minute game very first run and was getting close to setting high scores. So let's just get to reviewing this game. The lights are great. The doorways, the missions, the vertical ascending lights too that kind of flicker and shimmer and fade one to the next. They're very inviting to the eyes. And here's game 2. So yeah, we didn't even play 2 minutes in the first series of 3 balls. And what I find interesting, these lights that are funneling in and out in the main play field, showing you the missions and objectives, I think are great. And I really liked the narration. When it comes to things I wish were different, and of course things have changed since the games originally came out, what I like about some of the newer editions on the 4KP is that the narration tells you what to do, what the objectives are. Example, shoot the left ramp, shoot the center ramp, knock out the bumpers, get 20 bumper hits, things like that. Where this game is more about telling you what to do, but maybe not telling you where that occurs. And of course, you get the blinking lights, which are going to show you hey, immediate objectives are here and blinking and time is running out. But I often find myself wanting to look at the DMD to see what's going on. And by the time I look, I don't know how long the ball's in pause for. If it ducks under the table for a few seconds, there's some sound, there's some graphics, and I want to look up to see what I'm doing. But sometimes when I look back, the ball's already coming towards the center. And I feel like this game also does have sort of a wide drainage area between the flippers, as you saw the ball shoot right down. And sometimes I would hit a ramp, it wouldn't go all the way up the ramp, and then it would shoot right back down the center. What I'm saying is I find this game, for my skill level, a little bit difficult. But unlike the Addams Family, which I kind of felt like is so difficult, I wasn't having that much fun. Because the lights are really spectacular and the sound effects are really inviting and kind of cool, kind of niche, a little bit retro, I definitely will play this game. I can tell I'll be playing this game a lot more just because it feels very fun and inviting in the same way that a carnival game does. It's more of a challenge, and it wants to keep bringing you back so you can get to the next mission, the next 20 million points, and the next objective. Here I am dropping the second game so quick. But I've played other games I felt were difficult and I didn't feel were very fun. Sometimes I get that sense of the old 60s, 70s styled games because there's just not that much to award you, and the replay value doesn't feel like it's there. But in Twilight Zone, I definitely feel like it's really enjoyable. Let's get us some sound ups here of what's going on the table so you can hear it more full volume. I'm going to rejoin here in about 2 minutes.
Beyond this door is a dimension of sight.
Yeah. All right. So let's get over to Star Trek The Next Generation, another very new release on the AtGames 4KP, another $15 individual table that can be purchased. Let's see if it's worth it, and I'll take my first run at playing this game for the first time, which should be really enjoyable. In my last video of the Kickback, which you can see on my channel, and appreciate the like and subscribe if you're dropping by, you can check out the triple pack that came out, including the Kelvin timeline and Discovery. All right, let's get on over to the new table. I haven't watched anything of Star Trek other than a couple of the feature films over the last 20 years. So that required this game, in order to be really good, was going to need to be accessible for non-Star Trek players. But also know that I've got a handful of friends who, if they come over, who may not be interested at playing pinball, will be interested in trying out this table specifically and some of the others. So I was intrigued by all of the different launching protocols they have on the table. That adds a little bit of skill shot fun, and another reason to use the plunger besides just launching the ball. Really like the missions and trying to level up your different ranks in the game. And this was a super fun side mission or main quest to destroy the asteroids on the field by hitting the middle ramp. You can tell my skill level that I hit it a couple of times, but not enough to destroy all of them. And once again, like some of the other Williams tables, you're going to drain the ball a little more frequently. My guess is that's because, you know, these were actual arcade games with a 50 cent, $1 play time in the arcade, and you could have people waiting. And plus, the idea was to make money and bring you back and, you know, go through a roll of quarters. What's good about this also, though, is that the lights are super intense and fun. The sound runs a little bit quieter than the others, so I did have to reach over and turn them up, but very engaging. Sounds great through the SSF. The feedback felt really fun, and it felt like I was on a mission, like as if I was in a few episodes of Star Trek running through. The voiceovers are nice. I recognized a few characters, not a whole lot that is in my memory, and even with that sort of deficit in my knowledge and understanding, I still thought the game was really fun. I didn't really ever come up with why I'm using the top right flipper. I didn't really see an occasion or really a lot of opportunity for the ball rolling past to hit and play that high up in the play field in this table specifically. But I really like the ramp placement. I love the shooting, swirling, circular, parabolic ramp that's kind of on the top right. Let me get a little closer on that so we can see it. So that should give you a little bit better idea of what I'm talking about. Punched in a bit. Oh, what an editor I am. People are like, yeah, we know, we've seen your music videos. Hey, that's not nice. Be nice to me, self. I'm a little bit crazy, but I'm also a little bit rock and roll. So I'm just going to play with that for a moment, let you decide what you think. I really like the design of the table to put the ship in the middle and then be able to have it like lights all around it that are the missions. And again, didn't last very long, so I'm going to go through a second round here. But yes, intriguing. The last two releases from AtGames, the ones you're seeing here in these videos, are two of the top 10 tables that are available at this point. I say that because there's just so much to do. There's so many things that I didn't see even after playing for 10 or 15 minutes, which of course is what you want. You want to be able to come back for dozens of hours, right? And maybe master the game over that amount of time. But there were some other games originally in the run that I'm like 4 or 5 I really like. I'm going to play these for hours. And other ones that once I played for 5 or 10, it didn't feel like there was a lot of reasons to keep playing. Not only are these like recognizable brands and figures that people love, but the tables are fun and well built, and there's lots of cool stuff. There's extra actions, activities. The ramps are kind of a trick to master. There's enough interactive fields and games and things to do that there's definitely reason to keep playing. And both of these games do a great job of ramping up excitement level from first launch to jackpots. They really start to excite, light up numerous sound effects and music cues at the same time. And, once you turn up the volume like I just did here, you can really get immersed in these two games. And I think they're definitely worth the $15 tag. And I'm now thinking that this is sort of the most fun time period we've had as 4KP owners, because now there's a variety of content for a variety of different types of pinball players to enjoy, and the performance is really improved from the first initial run of the machine. In my opinion, I'm not seeing lag on these two tables, where I'm still not very good at Snoopy. I still find Snoopy the hardest table, and it's the one I want to be my favorite, but it's still so difficult to keep the ball in play for more than 2 minutes. Anyways, let's take a listen to some original audio here for about 60 seconds, and I hope you'll stay, like, subscribe, and comment, and watch some original music. Just an instrumental piece this week, something different. We've been doing a lot of lyrical music, and that's great. I have a new album, All Sides Me, you see on the screen right now. Please support that. It was recorded at Abbey Road Studios, cost me a fortune to produce. Would love your love on that original project of passion of mine. And yeah, so let's hear some gameplay sounds, and then let's get to some original music from me. Thanks for watching.